So we should have been home by now, shouldn't we? Instead, we're enjoying this little rest period and this little lay-by, which we hobbled into about 50 minutes ago. Waiting for
the RAC. It's a tad disconcerting when your tyre pressure goes from 47 to 19 in about 4 seconds.
Well folks, this is our last day of our tour, our mini tour of the New Forest, and what a glorious day to finish on. Last night we stayed here at the Railway Hotel, a really lovely quirky boutique hotel just outside Fordingbridge, and today we're heading off for a final ride through the New Forest before heading north for our final destination tonight at Bourton-on-the-Water in the Cotswolds. So we'll check in later. So the plan was to head east to take a final look at the beautiful New Forest before heading north again, skirting around Salisbury for our first coffee stop of the day in Marlborough. The New Forest was formally designated by William the Conqueror in 1079, so it's now nearly 1,000 years old. He created it as his new hunting forest, naming it Nova Foresta, which evolved into its English name meaning New Forest. It's also been named the best national park in Europe and the 10th best in the world. Time for one final stop to take a last look at the beautiful surroundings of the New Forest.
Just
Marlborough. We're stopping for a coffee. Apart from having one of the widest high streets in the UK, among Marlborough's many claims to fame is the mysterious Merlin's Mound, which can be found within the grounds of Marlborough College, and it's a reputed burial place of the wizard Merlin. But right now, we're more interested in muffins and coffee. And here we are. Wow.
It's nice, isn't it?
Really lovely room. Fresh, clean, almost brand new. Nice big bed. Remember, this is not a hotel. It's a kind of boutique B&B, I think. Coffee making machine. Excellent, first thing in the morning. Look at this nice little fridge. Complimentary water, of course, nuts. Even Prosecco and Coke and chocolate. Plenty of space. Lovely big bathroom with a tub and a shower.
Hooray! For the tub.
Wow, not bad, is it?
No, it's great. It's really lovely.
Yeah. And obviously there's no, apart from breakfast, they don't do evening meals, so
They have
we'll
an
go.
award for breakfast though.
They got yeah. Well, we'll check that out tomorrow. But in the
But there
meantime,
is a very close pub, apparently.
Yeah,
we're going to check out.
it's a pub a few minutes down the road. But we're now going to unpack and then go and check out the delights of Bourton-on-the-Water. Here we are, folks, on our final stopover in the Cotswolds. The weather's turned a bit grey, but we've had no rain, and it's been a fantastic trip. And this is a great place to end it on. So let's have a look around.
I've never actually stayed in Bourton, even though I lived in Gloucestershire for many years. And Brian and I have only ever ridden through, so it was great to finally spend some time here. Well, there are only about 3,500 residents. They actually welcome over 300,000 visitors every year from all over the world. It was in October and well past the traditional summer holiday period when we arrived, but it was still really buzzing with tourists.
It's regularly voted one of the prettiest villages in England, and it's easy to see why. River Windrush runs right through the centre of the village and is spanned by 5 bridges. They were built of local stone between 1654 and 1953, leading to the nickname of Venice of the Cotswolds. And staying overnight means you can enjoy the village in the evening when all the day trippers have left and gone home.
There are lots of lovely places to eat in Bourton, and the Mousetrap Inn, which was a 2-minute walk from our accommodation, came highly recommended. A quick recce and a chat to one of the staff, however, dashed our hopes. It had been fully booked for some time. Having called every other pub and restaurant on the must-try list supplied by the B&B, a takeaway was starting to look very likely.
What time is it, babe?
4 o'clock.
And here we are. Pint of local cask ale.
Cheers.
Cheers. What a view. This is where we're eating tonight. It says take your own wine, so we got bottles full of it. And it's the Aroma Indian. Anyway.
Just fancy an Indian.
Yeah, well, let's go and see what it's like. Cotswold IPA, never had it before. Cheers.
It's going to be an experience. I'm going to have the lamb tikka masala.
English curry.
Yeah, English. With pilau rice.
Is that English
And a
rice?
Well,
it is English curry. We don't have this much. Pilau rice and a Candice flip flop.
And a Peshwari naan.
Candice sweet flip flop.
If you like.
Can I have the Bengal fish masala?
That's we're talking there now.
We're talking proper here now.
Talking there now.
Oh, man.
A sagaloo, please.
One Popeye.
Popeye.
Okay.
Spinach. So, one English curry, Royal Bengal fish, one Uncle Ben's, one sweet Gandhi's flip-flop, one plain Gandhi's flip-flop, and one Popeye and Spuds.
That sounds about right, yeah.
Thank you very much.
So just remind me your name. Is it Abdul? by any
Abdul,
chance?
yeah.
I'm Abdul. I thought it was Abdul. Yeah.
Guilty as charged.
Yeah, because your reputation precedes you. That's why.
So you'll be on the channel, Abdul.
Oh, excellent. That means selling more chicken and chips.
Where do you live now, really?
Birmingham, really, no joke.
And you commute
We
each day?
commute, all of us commute.
Seriously?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, that's serious.
All of
commute.
us.
So how long does it take?
Hour and a half each way.
Well, thanks for tonight anyway.
No,
so
you're
Thank
most
you so
welcome.
much.
Thank you for putting up with me.
that's, So if you're stopping in Bourton-on-the-Water, would the Lansdowne Boutique B&B be a good place to stay?
The Lansdowne Guest House is a deceptively large building, just a few minutes' walk to the centre of beautiful Bourton-on-the-Water, and offering quite a number of rooms. We were in 14. If our room was anything to go by, it really is a lovely place to stay. It was bright, comfortable and spacious, with a very large modern ensuite, housing both a shower and a huge tub, much to my delight. B&Bs seem to have improved significantly since I stayed in some as a kid, and this one had some really lovely touches, which actually makes a big difference. There was an espresso coffee machine, complimentary Prosecco, chocolate and water in a small fridge, and free access to both Netflix and YouTube on a large TV. The guest house didn't offer evening meals, so we decided to eat out. Easier said than done, as all the recommended restaurants were fully booked, even though it was mid-October. So if you do decide to visit this lovely Cotswold town, make sure you book your evening meal venue well before you go. We did eventually find a local curry house, which, as you can see, was very entertaining. Breakfast was good and the service from check-in to leaving was excellent. There is plenty of parking both at the front and the rear of the building, and it's very safe. A lovely, convenient and comfortable place to stay, and cheaper than some of the other accommodation we've stayed at during our travels.
So, fully fueled up, we were looking forward to a leisurely ride to our usual stop in Deddington for a coffee and then heading home. In an uneventful way, but it didn't quite work out like that.
We just stopped for fuel and were a few miles out of Stow-on-the-Wold when my TFT screen lit up like Blackpool illuminations, telling me my rear tyre pressure was too low. Plan A was to slow down, put the hazard flashes on and limp to the nearest service station. But as the tyre pressure dropped to 19, we thought we'd better stop and look for somewhere safe on what was a pretty fast country A road.
I really didn't want to stop on this busy road, but I knew that less than a mile away there's a lay-by, and we were hoping we could just manage to limp there before the tyre went completely flat. So we should have been home by now, and instead we're enjoying this little rest period and this little lay-by, which we hobbled into about 15 minutes ago, waiting for
The RAC. It's a tad disconcerting when your tyre pressure goes from 47 to 19 in about 4 seconds.
Good to have tyre pressure sensors. How useful are they?